Hello, welcome back to JM Football. My name is Just Penik, and here is another Scattergories video for you. The theme of today's video is all pros. I'm a big fan of all pros. All pros better than Pro Bowls. Hello. And this Scattergories is brought to you by Outwest. Hope you enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Hello, welcome back to JM Football, and this is another edition of Scattergories. BBD, Just Penik, Dalton, Philly, and Lucas Diversa is under center. Hey, Lucas.
Hi, Lucas.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
You ready to scatter some gories?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to scatter some gories.
So this is going to be an all-pro themed Scattergories. Each round, I am going to be giving you position groups, and you are going to write down a bunch of names. However many first-team all-pros.
First team.
Just first team. Just the years you were best at your position. You're going to get the number of points for the number of first-team all-pros. That makes sense to everybody?
Yeah.
The first round is going to be linemen. Both offensive and defensive linemen.
Both. History or since 2000?
Historical,
Okay.
as many as you want to include. The way we're counting linemen is stat head for football. Anybody that's considered offensive line, defensive line, which includes tackles, guards, centers, defensive tackles, and
Okay.
defensive ends.
What about 4-3 defensive ends, Lucas?
4-3 defensive ends are definitely included. We're all good to go?
Yeah.
BBD, you finished first, so let's hear what you got.
I started with Joe Thomas.
I thought of him, didn't put him because I was afraid someone was going to put him.
That's a good one.
Nobody put Joe Thomas. That is a great answer, worth 6.
And this one I'm nervous about, and I don't know why he was in my mind immediately when we asked, but Vince Wilfork.
No Wilfork for me.
No Wilfork.
Have you seen him in overalls?
I was like, I got nervous about the first team designation on
Yeah.
him. I was like, oh. He might have a lot of seconds.
I'm curious if he has one.
He has 1.
Okay.
On
nice,
the board.
Boobs.
On the board. Runs on the board.
Runs on
you
the
know?
board.
Runs
Runs on the board.
I wrote Trent Williams.
No Trent.
No Trent. I thought about him.
Yeah.
Trent Williams has 3.
Probably
Good.
more recent, right?
Zach Martin.
I had him put him away because I thought someone was going to take him.
And I also wrote down Zach Martin.
He's got like a lot. So
Zach
No,
Martin
6 stolen ones.
has
That then.
7,
Seven.
which is tied for 8th all time. So
Yep.
would have been a huge one.
It was
One
it
of the Giants to
was,
draft him that year.
it was Zach Martin and this other player that were the active leaders in All-Pro selections, but both of them retired recently.
Aaron Donald, right?
And I did hit the Strahan button when I got scared and didn't have the last slot filled out yet.
Did you Strahan?
I did not Strahan.
Michael Strahan had 4 first-team All-Pros.
All right.
That is a great
cool.
round. Your total is 14.
Nice.
I would like to go next.
You're allowed to.
Aaron Donald.
I didn't have Aaron Donald.
It's a big one. I think he's a 6er or 7er.
I think 8.
Aaron Donald is tied for 4th all-time with 8.
Yeah. Reggie White.
No. I went mostly offensive players except one.
And I went defensive.
Reggie White is tied with Aaron Donald with 8.
Nice.
Wow, okay, so now I'm losing.
How about Jared Allen?
No Jared Allen for me. I'm curious for him because he was an accumulator a little bit.
Jared Allen had 4
That's still good.
first-team All-Pros.
Jason Taylor.
Jason Taylor had 3.
Okay.
Good round.
Good round.
Good round.
And Zach Martin was your 5th.
Zach
Yeah,
Martin
you got
was my 5th that got an X.
I'll start with what I think is probably my lowest one, and the only active guy I put Quentin Nelson, big Q. I think he's got at least 1.
Quentin Nelson has 3.
Bang.
Wow, that's good.
Beautiful. This guy could also have a few, but I loved him when he played Marshall Yanda for the Ravens.
Oh.
He is a 2-time first-team All-Pro.
Wow, so Big Q's already got more
A
than
lot of second teams. He's got 5 second teams.
Yeah. My only defensive player, Warren Sapp.
Ooh, great name. Warren Sapp is worth 4.
All right. I went with Orlando Pace of the Rams.
Orlando Pace is tied with Quentin Nelson with 3.
Not as many for him. D-line might have been the wave, and in my last one, I went old. I went John Hanna for the Patriots.
John Hanna of the Patriots is the most on your team. He had 7.
Yeah, that was the first answer I put, but I read my list backwards. I'll take it. Not a bad round.
You wound up with 19 points.
Okay.
So BBD, you're at 14. Dalton, you're at 19. And Penik, the 2 huge 8s there, you're at 23.
Ooh, very fun.
But you guys thought I did a good job at first.
Still do
Thanks
think
for
you did a good
subscribing.
Our second category, still going to be all pro first teams. This time it's going to be wide receivers and tight ends.
And
Guys catching the ball.
Wide receiver. Who are some wide receivers and tight ends? Oh, I have a fun name. Okay,
High
I'm
five,
ready.
yeah.
I'm ready.
high five.
BBD, give it to me.
What the fuck?
Hey, yo, I wrote Gronk.
I wrote Gronk.
I did not write Gronk.
You guys would have gotten 4 points for Gronk.
I wrote Randy Moss.
I wrote Randy Moss.
I did not write Randy Moss.
Those were my last two names, too, so that sucks.
You also would have gotten 4 points for Randy Moss.
I wrote Julio Jones.
No Julio.
No Julio.
Julio is worth 2.
I felt good about him being on the board. I was hoping that would be my lowest.
Julio.
Yeah. On the board.
Julio.
I'm nervous about this guy's number. I feel like he's got to have at least one. Antonio Gates.
Oh, curious. I like the
good
name,
one.
though.
Antonio Gates is worth 3.
Okay. Okay.
He's a Hoffer.
Yeah.
Then I did one real old. I did Michael Irvin.
Ooh, no.
That's fun. Michael Irvin was only worth 1, though.
Wow.
Because I think there was another guy during his
A
time.
lot of good receivers in that era.
First name, I would be shocked if Penik didn't put it, Jerry Rice.
Yeah, you got to play offense to play defense, or defense to play offense. I also have Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice would have been worth 10.
Yeah, and that's why Michael Irvin didn't have more.
I went with Travis Kelce.
I also went with Travis Kelce.
Oh, I'm on Goose Watch.
Come on. How many would Travis Kelce?
And you're kind of goose watch.
Travis Kelce is also worth 4.
Man, I've been nailing the 4s. This is my last name. I have no points on the board. Calvin Johnson.
I did not put Calvin.
Thank gosh. I don't even know how many he's worth, but
Calvin Johnson is worth 3.
Fine.
Who are the other flushes you had?
Jerry Rice, Travis Kelce, Gronk, and Randy.
Gronk and Randy.
All right, I have 3 left.
Bad round.
Give me Kellen Winslow, the
Which one?
Chargers tight end, not his son.
Please only give him the time on the Chargers.
He had all 3 of his first team All-Pros on the Chargers.
Okay.
Dang gummit.
Give him his son.
Larry Fitzgerald. Nope.
You
No.
can have his son too. That's a freebie from me. And I agree with me.
We'll throw it
Zero
in.
All
And I agree
Pros
with
for
you,
his
too.
son.
Why not?
Larry Fitzgerald of the Cardinals.
Ooh.
I've heard of him. He, surprisingly, only has 1.
I
Whoa.
was like, he's got to be on the board.
Old Tim Brown.
Yeah. Nice. I went different.
Maybe in
old.
an era in a conference where not a lot of the receivers are flying around.
He had 0 first team All-Pro
nuts.
selections.
Very bad round. by me.
Accumulate by all of us, because I mean,
Again,
You have to
just
remember-
90s receivers.
Yeah.
it's
Just,
tough.
it was
Jerry
just
Rice.
Jerry Rice
And
every
also,
year. Chris
it's-
Carter existed during that time period. He was really good. All right, so at the end of 2 rounds, the overall scores, BBD is in third with 20 total points, but narrowing that gap, you led the round.
Oh.
Dalton is only 2 ahead of him with 22, and then Penik, you are still leading the pack with 27.
Hey, right.
Today's episode is sponsored by Outwest. Outwest is a high-quality clothing brand focused on men's everyday staples like hoodies, polos, and Q-zips. Right now, they're running their Father's Day sale featuring 15% off site-wide and also dropping 8 new polo colorways. Outwest is built to match the quality of major brands without the markup, and right now, it's the ideal time to try Outwest and grab a gift for someone else. Right now, use code JOHNBOY at checkout and get a free hat with a purchase of any item. That's code JOHNBOY and checkout for a free hat.
The third category is going to be linebackers and secondary. So include anybody that is listed as inside or outside linebacker, cornerback, or safety, or just defensive back. I think they might just count the nickels as DBs, but
Right.
Wait, so this is not cornerbacks.
it is cornerbacks.
Okay,
DBs.
Got it.
DBs as a whole, whether they're listed as a cornerback or a safety, and then inside and outside linebackers.
So linebacker, safety, corners, all count in this category.
Yes.
Linebackers, interior linebackers. No, we already did those.
Outside and inside.
Oh, outside and inside.
Remember, we did linemen,
Crazy.
interior linebackers, definitely not linemen. Anybody who doesn't have a hand in the dirt on defense counts for them.
I'm in first. Should I go first?
Sure, why not, buddy?
Okay, I have Rod Woodson. Had a long career.
No, Rod.
Ooh, I did not Rod.
Rod Woodson is tied for 5th with 6.
Nice. Hot
Nice. I put Darrell Revis.
I put Darrell Revis.
Rod. Huge. No Revis for me.
He was really good. He had 4.
Put a current guy, Myles Garrett.
No Garrett.
I did not.
I did not either.
I haven't had to answer that part of this game yet,
Yeah.
so I keep forgetting to say it.
Myles Garrett
3,
is
4.
considered a D-end.
Hand in dirt.
Okay, so we're not counting him. Okay. I put Troy Polamalu.
I did not Palomar.
Ooh, I did not.
Troy Polamalu is worth 4.
And then last, I put Ray Lewis.
Last, I put Ray Lewis.
You did?
Last
Oh,
name.
wow, you did.
Oh, so I win.
Ray Lewis is tied for 3rd with 7.
First name I went with, I'm going back to inside linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
No Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner is, again, tied for 5th with 6.
Love that.
There's a lot of guys tied for 5th.
Nice.
So I think he may be the active leader.
Could be.
Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, could be.
Because it was Zach Martin that had, just around that mark.
Yeah. I went with my favorite defensive player of all time, Ed Reed.
No Ed Reed.
Ed Reed is worth 5.
I went with, I think he's considered a linebacker because he played in the 3-4 defense, I hope, Von Miller.
Did not Vaughn.
Von Miller is worth 3.
Okay. And then I went with some prime time Deion Sanders.
Did not Dion.
Dion is another one of those guys tied for 5th. He's got 6.
Nice. Good round.
Pretty good.
And then who is your flush?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. That is a 20-point round, almost doubling your score there.
Good round.
Okay, Beebs, what do we
Beebs?
got?
Now, I did do LT.
See, I did not lie. Way
Lawrence
to give the
Taylor is tied for the most of anybody on this list. He's got 8.
I am shocked you didn't put him. Your guy.
I did Brian Urlacher.
That's who I was thinking of, the other off-ball linebacker.
I did not.
I got
put
nervous
Urlacher.
when you said linebacker on one of your guys. 'Cause
Brian-
I was thinking of him.
Brian Urlacher is worth 4.
All right, so if I put either Lewis or Urlacher, I would have lost.
Yeah, I imagine Lewis and Urlacher just kind of went back and forth for the middle linebacker spot.
Ray Lewis was better, but Urlacher was.
But
pretty
for
good
a
too.
decade,
Yeah.
they have 11. So
I guess
that's
they gave him 4 of those.
99 to 2010.
Yeah.
I did Cam Chancellor.
Oh, that's fun. That's like
Ooh.
2 or 3, maybe. Hopefully.
I figure he's on the board at least.
Let me take a look.
I'm curious because he was a good player. I do think he was underrated a little bit because of Sherman and Earl Thomas, but he was a good player.
Cam Chancellor does not have any first-team All-Pros.
really?
He had 2 second teams.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, because I thought of Richard Sherman and put Cam Chancellor instead. It's like that's gonna be my twist because somebody else will probably
Put
Sherman.
Sherman.
Yeah, when
He was the more famous one. And then this one I got real funky on. I did Josh Norman.
Oh, okay.
Now it's
The
time to
peak,
get
I think
funky.
technically still active.
Yeah.
might be, yeah. The peak
Trying.
was short, so I'm curious to see where he falls.
He's bold on Pro Football Reference, so he is technically active.
Yeah.
He has 1 first-team All-Pro.
20.
I think he did a
15?
training camp with someone last year, right?
2015.
2015, correct. 4th place in DPOY voting that
Nice.
Deep boy.
year. Okay, so at the end of 3 rounds, in 3rd place, BBD's got 33 points. Penik is in 2nd with 37, and Dalt has taken the lead with 42.
Anyone's game or close.
1 round left to go, and this last round is going to be quarterbacks and running backs.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Who is the name that I'm thinking of that's similar to him? That's
Jim Tomei?
I can give it to you, but you can't write them down if you do that. You're thinking of old school guy,
old school.
Jim Thorpe.
Fuck! That would have been a great answer.
All right.
Alrighty, so this time we're going to do first place first, so we know what score you guys have to shoot for.
Okay. I went with, I think, the quarterback that has the most. I have to play offense by playing defense. Sometimes Peyton Manning.
I do not have Peyton.
Nobody said Peyton. Peyton is the quarterback with the most. He's got 7.
Let's go. That's a huge
Feels like
one.
a clincher.
I went with Brett Favre.
I farved.
Okay. I think he's at
Favre
3.
would have been worth 3.
I went with old quarterback. Hope they had AP at the time. I went with Johnny Unitas.
I also have Johnny Unitas.
Okay.
Johnny Unitas would have been worth 5.
Yep. I went with one of the best running backs of all time, Adrian Peterson.
Oh, I did an AP.
I'm curious.
But an
I would
AP,
say 2, but I don't know if more than that.
How many APs does AP have? 4.
Okay, beautiful. I was hoping at least 2. And my last one, I went old running back Jim Brown.
Yeah, I have
I
Jim
did
Brown.
Jim Brown.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Jim Brown is the best possible answer. He's got 8.
And look at us. We all put the best possible answer. That's a win. I think
good.
that's a point for all of us.
Maybe we all get the points if we.
Sure, I mean that.
Inflate the scores.
Okay.
So what's the final score? What is they? Do we do BBD next?
You are at 53, which means BBD needs 20 here.
All right, Beebs.
You have 3 names available.
3 names are left here. I did the other LT because I did an LT last time.
LaDainian Tomlinson is worth 3.
3. That's far from 20. I did Fran Tarkenton.
Ooh, old. Did you do Fran?
Did not do Fran.
That's fun, but it's only worth 1.
Runs on the board.
Runs on the board.
I did Eric Dickerson.
Did not do Eric Dickerson.
2?
Eric
on the board.
Dickerson is 3rd among running backs with 5.
Wow. Okay, ED.
So that is a total of 9. You didn't quite make it to Dalton, but you are ahead of Penik at this point.
How many do I?
Oh!
Oh, you need 16 to tie Dalton.
Frank Gifford.
Frank Gifford.
Frank Gifford, Giants great. He had 4.
Whoa, good name.
2 quarterbacks. Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
Ooh.
They're in the 80s.
Dan Marino, I think he shared it a bunch with Elway and Montana. He only had 3.
And then I took Montana.
I thought about him.
So to the point of that I just made, shared it a bunch. He
Yeah.
has 3.
3.
All 3 of those guys got fewer than they should.
Tough times.
some.
Alrighty, so the final scores in 3rd place with 42 total points, we've got BBD. 2nd place with 47 total points, we've got Justin Penik. And then his first time, I think, ever winning a JM football trivia video.
I don't think you're good at categories.
Newcomer to the channel, we have Dalton Feely with 53 total points.
Say hi to my dog. Comment hi, Roxy, if you watched the whole way through. Guys, thank you for watching
Knicks.
another JM Football Scattergories. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you want to. We're going to keep pumping out trivia videos. Peace.